Colonel Wyatt hits the screen, got stories bold and keen. Old soldier, sharp and mean, tells truths they've never seen. Rugby lover with a roar, Africa flowing in his core. YouTube rants they can't ignore, his passion makes his heart soar. Colonel Wyatt, hear his call, shining light through it all. Trolls may rise, but he'll stand tall. Subscribe now, don't miss the brawl. Military mind, keen and wise, truths come out, no disguise. South African skies in his eyes, hear his voice, no surprise. Retired soldier with the fight, in the dark he brings the light. Angry rants, truths ignite, join the cause, join the ride. Colonel Wyatt, hear his call, shining light through it all. Trolls may rise, but he'll stand tall. Subscribe now, don't miss the brawl. Enemies knocked on his door, trolls attack, but he's more with each click. Watch him soar on the truth waves, he explodes. Colonel Wyatt, hear his call, shining light through it all. Trolls may rise, but he'll stand tall. Subscribe now, don't miss the brawl. Right now, don't miss the brawl.
Take a picture.
The sun rose slow on a broken town. Factories closed, machines shut down. Promises made, but none were kept. Dreams turned to dust while the people wept. 90 days of fleeting chance, a lifeline lost in a reckless dance. The clock ran out, now it's too late. Unemployment's the cruelest fate. The tariffs came, they hit like a storm. Families braced to keep their homes warm. A pause was given, a moment to act, but the time was wasted, that's a hard fact. 90 days of fleeting chance, a lifeline lost in a reckless dance. The clock ran out, now it's too late. Unemployment's the cruelest fate. Leaders spoke with words so grand, but their hollow deeds we can't withstand. The people begged, the people cried, now hope's a stranger on this side. Misery's knocking, poverty's near, a future clouded by doubt and fear. If only they'd fought to make things right, we wouldn't be lost in this endless night.
Down by the lot near the old cafe where the sun fries cars all night and day, there's a wild crew doing what they do. Yeah, you know them, the parking lot crew. Refugees with moves so tight, waving cars in left and right. 10 ways to say, yo, park that straight. 12 for bro, you're 20 late. Neanderthals in safety vests, snack in hand, but doing their best. One grunted loud, broke out in a jig. Turns out he just wants a parking gig. Canines bark like they run the block. Chased a drone down, beat the clock. One gave change with a tail wag spin. That dog's got tips and a toothy grin. Who you gonna call when the lot gets loud? Parking cones up and they're drawing a crowd. Whistles blow and the scooters fly. It's the parking crew and they're riding high. From the streets of town to the lot bazaar, they'll guard your ride like a superstar. Yeah, from Josie streets to America, it's the funky, fearless parking lot crew. Car guard shout near the garbage bin. Who parks scale? You let them in. They blow their whistles in perfect time, like a backup band with a traffic sign. Then here comes Wyatt, the colonel boss. Duct tape boots and a look that's sauce. Rides a scooter with flashing beams. Salutes pigeons, yells at ice cream. Men, dogs, apes from a line. No dents, no scrapes, no overtime. If they park like chaos, made a plan. Find them twice and be the man. Who's got the beat in a vested hat? Parking legends funky like that. Guard your eye with soul and flair, and a hi-fi breeze in the summer air. From this line here to America, it's the wild, proud parking lot crew.
Hey folks, welcome back. It's Chris live in Central Pennsylvania. It's Night Owls. Oof, boy, I had to rush and change my shirt real quick there. Busy making other videos. Thanks for joining us once again. Breaking news here out of the United States. Just within the last 30 minutes, President Trump announced an additional 10% tariff on all BRICS lovers. South Africa, get ready. Buckle up, strap yourself in. There's still time to negotiate story from Parkstown is a bunch of bull crap. As I've said from the beginning, South Africa will now be facing a 40% tariff on its exports to the United States. 40% tariffs. Wow, folks, it's not looking pretty for South Africa as your government continues to gaslight you about what is happening, what is not happening in South Africa. Wow. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at this very quickly here about this Truth Social, which just was published at 10:24, so less than an hour ago. Any country aligning themselves with the anti-American policies of BRICS will be charged an additional 10% tariff. There will be no exceptions to this policy. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Ooh, my goodness. My goodness. Well, there you go, folks. There you go. Congratulations, South Africa. The ANC just loves you, don't they? They just love you. Congratulations. Oh, my goodness. Let me say hello. Yeah, I've seen something about it's being passed around about the 17th of July. Not really sure. It's an anti-foreigner sort of thing that's going on here. It's being passed all over South Africa's social media now. I need to find out more information about that story. Is breaking down soon. Sorry, just checking something here real quickly. Yeah, wow. What kind of news does that wake up to? It's not Friday, folks. It's F around and find out Monday. Wow, not Friday. Ulrich Fenter, Chantal Fenter, CB, Irene Borger, Kai. Who else we got here? Mandy. So thank you all for your patience. I can dismiss that pin message. I'm here now. We're going to talk about Texas, yeah. Nicola, welcome to you. Shawnee Grows, Ingrid's Inspirations, Rebecca, Angelique, Xander von Rensburg, Ingrid's Inspirations. The clock ran out. Cupcake. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Ingrid. Bach and Terry, Chris, what's the post on one of our groups saying minorities danger? Seems to be a date 17th. I didn't see it on minorities. I saw it on foreigners. You talking about minorities. I'm going to have to find out what that's about. Lots of people passing that around. I kind of was busy doing this other story when it started. That one started breaking, so I'm going to have to go back and see where people are, where that's coming from. Here it is. Yeah. So, yeah, this came from some account called Freeman Bangu. It says, talk is cheap. Foreigners won't go anywhere unless we chase them out of everywhere. 17 July will all come out and play. NGOs must fall. Start with whites and Indians. Nobody giving them permission to stay here. Whites legitimize themselves through terrorism. Well, okay. Well, these are accounts that need to be reported to the police. Okay. That's what it's about. So what I just suggest, folks, is that someone start mass reporting these people to mass reporting them to X. Not that it will change anything, but you should do that. You should do that. What do I make of this? Well, I make of it people who probably have big mouths and nothing's going to come of it. So, but you should never, any single day, not take this for granted. This is truly a state of condition. It's a video I have to make. I didn't have time to make it this evening doing other things, but I will work on that in a bit. Never give a homeless person your guilty feeling change. The better thing, try to find a job. Yeah. Don't carry someone. Don't feed them. Teach them how to fish. You know, that's the thing. Give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, you feed him forever. That's the thing about charity, folks. Charity shouldn't be just handouts. Charity to be something that gets someone down the road. Angelique, hello to you. Xander, Sedgefield, you're in good company, Nicola. Sleep fail. Okay, Chris. There we go. Okay. Who else we got here? Sorry. 17th of July. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Louis van Niekerk, welcome to you. Maddie, I will catch up just now. I'm just busy with urgent work. Okay. Well, I was busy with urgent work too, breaking a story, which just happened. Literally just happened, this story. I don't know if I was up at this hour watching my videos, but by the way, my Elon Musk short that I did is really taking off. Wow, that's going to be probably my best performing short ever. That's crazy. That thing is because Americans are watching it, obviously. That thing has 76,000 views. It's taken off like a rocket. I had 8,000 at 7 p.m. when it took off, then 9,800, then 10,400, then 9,400 at 10 o'clock tonight when it's getting late here. And that thing is at 76,000 views. Wow. I got to do more on the America Party. I'll be doing a more concise video either late tonight before I go to bed or tomorrow morning. I haven't decided yet. So, yeah. Well, this isn't the news program, so I appreciate you ready for the news, Shawnee, but we're just doing a little bit of news. But that one is, I have 883 comments on a short, 136 dislikes, but 3,000 likes on that. Yeah, I didn't say I was in favor of the America Party or against it. I just stated the facts and I got dislikes. You know, how do people dislike something when you don't come out in favor or against something? It just drives me nuts. Well, it doesn't drive me nuts. I don't really care, but it's just silly. All right, so where did I leave off at here in the chat? Okay, I'm sure Chris will set us straight. Well, Ingrid, as soon as I get more information, it's a Twitter post, so let's not lose our minds, folks. And just go mass report it. Go mass report. I don't understand that. Just report that thing for what it is. That's terrorism. That's what it is. It's threats against people. 40%. There you go. Nothing. Yeah, Cyril, thanks for nothing. 40% tariffs. Let's have a minute for that. We will, Hannes, just hang on. One thing at a time here at my pace, okay? Please. Okay? We're covering lots of things here, not just people's preferred pet projects, okay? Okay, what else? Tariff announcement. Already received messages from clients over the past few hours to have urgent meetings this morning. Yep. Well, because somebody's already read my video or they follow Trump's True Social account, but I doubt that's what it is. The urgent meetings were probably before this thing was even announced, because it's been announced at 10 o'clock tonight, which meant 4:23 in the morning in South Africa time. I doubt any of your clients had people watching the mail at that time. The tantrum party. I agree, Bach and Terry. Shawnee had field trips. Okay. Teach a man to fish so he can become a capitalist. There you go, Holden. Apparently some H2A idiot near Montana got drunk and rode a farmer's... What? Okay, I don't know anything about any rumors. First off, DUI. Okay, see, let me just clarify something very quickly here, Anime. Okay, first off, unless you're on federal property, you won't be charged with driving while under the influence, because driving while under the influence is going to get something that occurs on land that belongs to the states. The states will arrest you. The states cannot deport you. They couldn't possibly deport you within 48 hours. That's impossible. So I don't know where that rumor is coming from. Let's just put that to rest. I don't even have to check the law. I can tell you that. Nobody in the United States, no government works at that pace. We will not deport a H2A visa holder within 48 hours if they get a DUI. First off, they have to be arraigned. Just because you've been arrested for DUI, you haven't been convicted. So how are you going to be deported within 48 hours? That's just, I got to call bullshit on that right now. I don't know where you're getting that from. And so unless you're driving on a military base or federal property and get pulled over by federal law enforcement, military police or park police or Capitol Police, unless that happens, you're not going to be charged by the federal government. So deportation is a federal government responsibility, not the state of Montana. So if a person who was on an H-2A visa in Montana got a DUI tonight, they got pulled over, tested, they're arraigned, they get locked up, they get arraigned tomorrow, on Monday, if they're lucky. Montana, they probably have a judge available to arraign them tomorrow. And then they will get a hearing. So they couldn't possibly be deported within 48 hours. That just doesn't... Guys, you got to use some common sense here, okay? We can't even get rid of terrorists in 48 hours when we catch them. How are we going to get rid of some drunken farmer in Montana in 48 hours? It just doesn't pass muster, okay? So thanks for bringing that to my attention, Anime. I'd not heard that story before. So... first off, that has nothing to do with refugees, so let's get that straight. If you're a refugee and you get a DUI, you're not going to be deported for that. You're going to go have a hearing, and then you're going to probably go to jail or pay a fine. All right, let's get that. Apparently, H2A driver created an accident and got arrested, but I hear you, farmer will probably act according to his employer. Okay, well, it doesn't matter what his employer has to do. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The employer can say, I don't want the person here anymore, and then contact the federal government and have their visa rescinded. That can be done. But that isn't going to happen in 48 hours. That is not going to happen in 48 hours. Yeah, this is not South Africa, exactly. There's due process here, okay? Look at the idiot who sponsored state terrorism, who promoted the Palestinian terrorism at, was it Harvard or no, Columbia University in New York. It took, there's a federal charge. There's a federal charge of supporting terrorism. And he's still in the country. They held him in detention for a few months, and now he's back at Columbia. So, no, it's not going to happen. No. Well, Bach and Terry, I just did a video on that. He updated. Let me see. He updated 7 minutes ago? Okay, let's see what he said 7 minutes ago. Crap. That's not 7 minutes ago. That's no. No, 10:24. It's still the same time. No, that's not updated 7 minutes ago. I covered this story a while ago. Paste and go. Okay, I'm going to put both of these up here. I don't like True Social. I can't open up a tab with this damn thing. Yep, so that's not 7 minutes ago. Yeah, you get no action until you're convicted. So, I mean, don't fall for that. See, what's going to spread like wildfire now? Oh, a farmer means no refugees. That's what's going to come out of this. Lower the temperature in the room. This is a country where the rule of law applies. Okay? Genevieve Smith, welcome to you. Yeah, exactly. September 11th trial is still happening. Yeah, but that's at Guantanamo because our presidents have failed to do their job, including Trump, to prosecute those people. Xander von Rensburg, moral of the story, don't drink and drive. Exactly. You know, tonight I was invited by the people where I pick up steamed crabs from. They had a big family party out there along the creek, and they invited me to hang out with them. And I said, well, thanks, I appreciate that. But here's the thing. You guys are having alcohol. I don't drink and drive. So thank you, but I'm going to pass. So plus I already had plans. But let me just very quickly, I'm going to pull up something here. I want to show you something from earlier. Come on, that's not what I want. I want this over here. I want Twitter is what I want. Haha, not Twitter. I want WhatsApp. Okay. Okay. My keys on this keyboard are really getting jammed up a lot lately. Crazy. Okay. Anyway, yeah, due process gets followed in this country. So I found what I was looking for now. Carl Becker, welcome to you. Blood Cup, I watched your video when you were asked to verify yourself in the middle of it. I think it was right after you asked that girl, it was age AI flagged you wrongly. Oh. Yeah, it did, because I was trying to determine if I was talking to an adult. Now, you're right, Blow Cup. I think you're right about that. By the way, I've changed my passwords and reset it, but you're right. It was after I asked that girl her age. Yep. You're right. I asked the age. But I was trying to ascertain whether I was talking to an adult because I didn't want to talk to a minor. Wasn't I, Blood Cup? Thank you. That's exact. See how YouTube plays games here? I was trying to ascertain that I was talking to an adult. I was being cautious and responsible as a content creator. And for that, nearly had my stream interrupted. Just like the waving a firearm, a 24-hour timeout. You see the harassment I get on this channel? It's unbelievable. Mid motion. This is from YouTube. No, it's not my fault, Bloco. And it wasn't my fault with the waving the firearm. I never waved a firearm. I drink and Uber. There you go, Arctic. Smart move. The story about the 17th is some racists are passing around some X comments about attacking foreigners. And then some of them are also saying they're going to go after whites and Indians. So just be ready. Just be ready, okay? All right. You all need to quit panicking over every racist on Twitter. It's full of racists. It's full of bigots. It's full of shit stirs. So, but be aware. Don't ignore. All right, we're going to get to the Texas story here in just a minute, folks. But I want to check in on my video. Okay, so. Yeah, someone just said they recommend reading the basics of economics much better than the than 700 million powwow. That's good. I like that. By the way, I just want to check on this because this short's just surprising me. The Elon Musk one. How are we doing here? It was at 70,000 when I mentioned a few minutes ago. Now it's at 77,000. Wow, it's still going. So, but this hour it looks like it slowed down a little bit because it's late here, 2,600. So hopefully it'll pick up steam again tomorrow. That's pretty wild. I don't think I've had a short. I don't know if I've had shorts go to 100,000 before. Yep. Full of fake news. Also, Indian influencers getting paid $10 a day to spread crap. Yeah, and it won't allow location locking. Yep, that's right. That's right. So Twitter is not the great place you all think it is. Well, some of you all think it is. Tailfinder Warhawks, good morning. Is YouTube the problem or is it Alphabet Incorporated? Well, the whole thing. It belongs to Alphabet, yep. Adriana Nortier, welcome to you. I'm okay. Very busy here. Very busy. All right, let's get into some of the news. Even though this is not a news program, I do have news, and we're going to start with the Texas stories. This is heartbreaking, folks. I mean, it's absolutely heartbreaking how quickly this happened, and they're trying to blame it on Trump. And the Trump administration is going after the Democrats who spread fake news about this, and I'm glad because you shouldn't be allowed to spread fake news. It's not an opinion. You're trying to disrupt U.S. government's activities, and that's not cool. So, by the way, I got a copyright claim on Baby Wyatt earlier. Earlier, I played Baby Wyatt, and it was told I couldn't monetize my video after the fact because of a copyright claim from someone in Hong Kong who claimed my video. Someone in Hong Kong claimed my video. Baby Wyatt. Copyright claim. You see the crap I deal with? Now, to be fair, there's that generic music playing in the background. Maybe that's what the claim was for. But yeah. So I got a copyright claim for Baby Wyatt. Yes, Arctic, there were 7 or 8 alerts issued over that period within 48 hours, all up to the time that those floods occurred. Yeah, but they're claiming they weren't. Now, the sad news here, folks, is at least 82 people are dead in these floods. This is like KZN all over again, except it's in the States. Hey, George. 82 dead in catastrophic Texas floods as governor warns of more rain to come. At least 82 people have died in connection with flash floods that struck central Texas. The toll includes at least 28 children in Kerr County, where 10 girls and 1 counselor are still unaccounted for. Governor Greg Abbott said flash flooding still poses a danger for parts of Texas with more rain on the way. Here's time lapse of the flooding here in Texas. See if I can get this to work. What the hell is this 7 action for seniors? That's not what the video is. What the hell is this? Is this an ad? Ugh. The hell is that? That's an ad, I think. It's an ad, yeah. My goodness. I turned off the sound so we don't get a copyright claim on this one. As soon as the ad's done playing, I'll come back. This is a ridiculous ad. I can't escape it. 15 seconds here. Here's time lapse from CNN. Okay, here you go from the beginning. There you go. So watch this whole river flood. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Wow. You better move those cars, you idiots, as the river keeps coming up. Wow. That's insane. Look at that. It's time lapse, folks. So let's go back. There you go. God bless this stupid ad again. Anyway, yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, well, it's time lapse, guys. It wasn't instant. It rose, but it did rise within 20 minutes. It did rise within 20 minutes. Let's see it again. Time lapse. This is crazy. Woo! Man. And the officials keep coming back to check on it. Wow, that's insane. That is insane. Records show officials in Kerr County previously considered installing flood warning sirens, but the plan never came to fruition. That's what I was talking about. They don't have warning signs. In the Midwestern states, in Kansas and Iowa, they have sirens to warn about tornadoes. And so the counties blare the sirens to warn people about tornadoes incoming. But in Texas, they didn't put flood warning signs out. The National Weather Service issued a slew of alerts before the storm, questions around the agency staffing. Why are there questions? They issued the warnings. People didn't heed them. People didn't heed them. 82 people. Now, this story is heartbreaking, folks. I'm sorry to tell you the story, but this one's really tough. There's multiple reports of this story now. The Wall Street Journal talking about a Texas father tried to kayak to his daughters. The girls texted, "I love you." R.J. Harbor evacuated other families, but lost his young daughters in Texas flash flood. The search for survivors continues 2 days after the flash flood killed dozens of people across central Texas. But the Harbor family is spending a holiday at a cabin they own in Casa Bonita near Hunt, Texas at 3:30 in the morning when, on July 4th, R.J. Harbor was awakened with pounding rain, thunder, and lightning. Hours earlier, he'd received flash flood warnings for other areas, but not where he was staying. A 45-year-old father and Dallas lawyer had been vacationing and going on summer camp in the area while his whole life thought the river might rise a little. He wanted to check on his 2 young daughters, 11-year-old Brooke and 13-year-old Blair. The girls were staying in a borrowed cabin closer to the river with their grandparents, Mike and Charlene Harbor. He thought he would also clear away a kayak and some fishing gear he was keeping by the river. He put his foot down on the floor of his cabin and felt 4 inches of water. He turned to his wife, who was lying in bed beside him, and said, "Also wait." He told her, "The cabin's flooding." He could see the water rushing on through the front door. He tried to open the door, but he couldn't. He looked out the window and saw the water levels about 2 feet below the window. "We need to get out right now." They grabbed a few items, their cell phones, and a bag they hadn't unpacked. By the time they jumped out the window 2 minutes later, the water had reached up to Annie's neck in 2 minutes. The Harbors hurried to another cabin nearby on slightly higher ground. They knocked on the door and woke the family. By the time the family came to the door, the water was almost at their door. They went to another cabin and woke a third family. He borrowed a kayak, life vest, and flashlight. He started to kayak to the cabin where his couple's daughters and parents were staying. It was about 100 feet below, and he reached about halfway when a swell knocked him into a post. I shined a flashlight out there, and I could see it was white water. I've kayaked enough to know that was going to be impossible. He could see an entire cabin had been detached from its foundation, was stuck against the side of the cabin where his daughters and parents were staying. There were cars floating at me and trees floating at me. I knew that if I even took one stroke further, it was going to be a death sentence. He turned around to get his wife and the remaining families. They went to a home nearby on higher ground across Highway 39. That's when he checked his cell phone and saw a text at 3:30 that morning from his daughter, Brooke. Receiving the text alone was a miracle in the area where he usually couldn't get cell service. His daughter sent him a text, "I love you." Annie, 43, who worked at St. Rita Catholic School, which both girls attended, received a text from both Brooke and Blair, timestamp 3:30, that said, "I love you." Their other grandfather in Michigan received a text with "love you" and a photo of the girls with him. The Harbors and other families waited without power all night, hearing horrible sounds. The next morning they realized they'd been hearing the cabins being ripped off their foundations. Sisters killed, floods, found with their hands locked together. Their grandparents are still missing. 2 sisters killed in the devastating Texas Hill floods were found with their hands locked together. Grieving family members said they continue to search for the girls' missing grandparents. Blair and Brooke Harbor, ages 11 and 13, died on a family trip in Casa Bonita, a gated community in the town of Hunt that was struck by the devastating deluge. When they found the sisters 12 hours later, 15 miles away, their bodies, their hands were locked together. These girls facing imminent death, 11 and 13 years old, texted the people they cared about and loved about. They locked their hands together, and their bodies were found 15 miles away. Can you imagine the parents' worst nightmare? Forget about the parents. What about those kids? I mean, they sent the text messages to their mother, to their father, to their grandfather in Michigan. Folks, it's the same thing that families living in flood zones in KZN went through in the floods there because people live in the wrong place. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. It is heartbreaking, Chris Kruger. Wow. Such beautiful kids, too. Beautiful little girls. 11 and 13. They found their bodies 15 miles away. They didn't have a chance. It's unbelievable. And the Democrats, instead of trying to get FEMA and assistance to Texas, are sitting around blaming Donald Trump. Yep, Shawnee, never mess with water. I live nowhere near flowing water. Nowhere near flowing water. Nope. I know the power of water. Sad. Adriana, it happens. It happens. It's a lot of rain, though. Only love remains, Vanessa. You're right. You're right. Our existence ends on this planet. Those parents can be heartbroken. I don't know how they overcome that and survive that. Mother's 43. They're not going to have kids again. It is heartbreaking, Louis. So sad. So sad. No, they are, Ingrid. They're attacking President Trump. They're blaming Trump. They're blaming the National Weather Service, which issued multiple warnings 48 hours before the floods came. Well, anyway, that's America. Donald Trump is responsible for solar flares. Donald Trump is responsible for galactic, explosions. It's these people are demented. They're demented. Now, by contrast, we can actually lay the policies of Biden's army, DEI policies, on putting an unqualified pilot in a Black Hawk and flying into a commercial airliner because of lax standards for pilots that were eased so that we can promote that women were pilots. And taking someone that's only accomplishment was being an aide at the White House for the vice president to make her a pilot flying in a highly trafficked flight path along the Potomac River, killing everyone. That we can actually blame on DEI policies. Yep. Chief Fuetu says, thank you for what you're doing. You're welcome. Yeah, Texas, that's tough. Tropical storm Mexico before this, it caused a lot of precipitation. Months worth of rain, warnings days before. Yep, there were warnings. Yep, Trump is like Jan van Riebeck, getting blamed for everything. Yep. All right, let's move on from that story, folks. That is heartbreaking. We don't sit here and be depressed by that. Thankfully, none of our loved ones were involved in that. Just thoughts and prayers for the families who've lost everyone. Trump faces crucial week for reaching trade deals. Tariffs are scheduled to be reimposed Wednesday for dozens of countries, although administration officials signaled a new 1 August deadline is possible. Trump has scored several big wins in the past 2 weeks, including signing his tax and domestic policy mega bill, helping broker ceasefire in Israel and Iran, U.S. job growth in June, silencing the nuclear program of Iran. The list goes on and on. Winning in the Supreme Court, winning, all he does is win, win, win. Well, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump put this out. And I just did a video on this a short while ago. Any country aligning themselves with the anti-American policies of BRICS will be charged an additional 10% tariff. There will be no exceptions to this policy. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Ouch. 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 Donald Trump. He also posted this earlier on his Truth Social. I'm pleased to announce the United States tariff letters and or deals with various countries from around the world will be delivered starting at noon on Monday. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Trump. Well, we will probably see those letters. I'll bet you we'll see those letters coming out starting at noon tomorrow. So we're 12 hours away from those letters. Finished and clar. Exactly right. Finished and clar. Yep. Do you think it's all the chemtrails are caught? No, chemtrails have nothing to do with the weather. No, it's not freaky weather. Okay, Gordon, okay. These tropical storms are caused by temperature. You get temperature inversions, you get heat bubbles, and that's what causes it. The Gulf of Mexico is incredibly warm because of where it's located, not too far from the equator. And this causes problems. It's a huge body of water that's trapped on 3 sides near the equator. Not a good mix. Let's look at the planet and see if there's anywhere else like that. No body of water is so enclosed as the Gulf of Mexico right here at that latitude. Here's the equator right there, runs right just below it, right across, and not a single other body of water is trapped. Every other body of water that runs along the equator, except for the Red Sea, but that's enclosed north of there. That's a little bit different. No body of water is in a big swell, in a big circle like that, anywhere on the planet except the Gulf of Mexico. Right there. Trapped on 3 sides. Cloud seeding. No, there's no cloud seeding in the Gulf of Mexico or over the southern states. I'm sorry, Gene Spence, the Gulf of America. I guess that ends my chance at a job in the Trump administration. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Guadalupe has history of major flooding, 36, 52. Yep, exactly. And, well, also in the 1990s. It was 1992, I think it flooded, and 40 people died. Sorry, I went to a different geography class. I missed that. Well, still room for negotiating, says Parks Tao and the Daily Maverick. Don't they look foolish just a day after they published this silly story? Will Trump achieve what he wants, trade deals? I think so. And I think eventually the tariffs will be whittled down for most of these countries. Not until after they feel some pain from it and they realize it's genuine, then they'll come back and be serious. South Africa's been pushing to negotiate a trade deal with the U.S. in order to prevent U.S. President Trump's sweeping tariffs. Well, Parks Tao said there's still room. In this regard, we are of the view that South Africa may need to resubmit its framework deal. Resubmit, dude. It's whistling past the cemetery. Yep. Well, ladies and gentlemen, they didn't notify me, and I have no complaints about them, so I don't want someone running off and saying I said something bad about them. But I'm a little surprised because from the time I found out about them, I've shared with them and let people know about them, but we don't really have much interaction. They have published a website, I don't know if it's a new website, but I got a message saying it's a new website from someone else, and I went there. The Amerikaners have published a comprehensive website about coming to America and what it's like in America. It's pretty professional looking. The Amerikaners, love their logo. Love that. There you go. Frequently asked questions, instructions, prepare for the program. Can I connect with us? I don't know what they're doing, but interesting stuff here. They got fact sheets over here. We've got news stories here, a blog, and then must-watch videos. Okay, you got Ronaldo's video on there. Okay, there's a video from me. It doesn't get the same attention as Ronaldo. Ronaldo's more recent. That's probably why. Well, it looks like they are raising money, though. Sponsor this banner. Whoops, cancel. Let's just send an email. So, yep. Anyway, yeah, so there's their website, Amerikaners.com. If you're curious, check it out. New website is great. Is that a statement or a question, Kai? Yes, I agree, Nicola. The caterers are so cushy with taxpayer billions, they don't care. It does look like a very informative website. Yeah, I wish they had told me. Anyway, I didn't hear from them. So anyway, would happily have, let me see. I'm looking to see where, do they have their team here? So there's Business, Truth, Social, Clips and Updates. What's all Clips and Updates? Let's see what that is. Oh, that's on, on Instagram. So they got an Instagram thing. That's, no thanks. I'll pass on Instagram. Oh, shoot, I lost my site. God bless it. That's a stupid link there. Oh, my goodness. It took me away from the site. So I have to open up a new tab and go back to it. Wow. Okay, so. Anyway, they got a new site. Was just about to ask what. Ask me what, Ingrid? Oh, ask me what? Well, I'm just curious why they didn't tell me about the site. I guess I'm an afterthought for them. Anyway, that's fine. So they've got some great, about us. Here we go. That's what I want to see. About us. Website's still a work in progress. You know, running websites is very complicated. So if you come down here, for instance, the bottom, I said, about us. And it takes me here. Nothing. About us. Let's see if that, no, it takes me right back to the same place. Press releases. Can't be found. Media inquiries. So it looks like the site still needs some work. But the things you care, oh, that's email. Okay. All right, at least this should take us back to the beginning. Yep, takes us back to the beginning. So press, it still needs some work, okay? I could swear I saw a different website layout some time ago. Info did not nearly attack me as it spoke about less than 10,000 plane tickets that contradicted most info I found USA sites. I'm not sure, enemy. Someone attacked you? What are you saying? And where are you getting tickets for 10,000 Rand to come to America? That's interesting. Yeah, Shawnee, there's a lot of work in building a website. So you got to give them credit for that. That's why I don't have a website. That's why I'm not doing this. I'm not the refugee guy. I don't have the resource for that. You know, and in order to spend that kind of time doing it, I'd have to charge some money because I don't have this kind of resources. And nobody on this side, on South Africa, offered to come help me. None of these people in South Africa offered to come help me do something like this. So anyway, good for them. Good for them. Very informative. Yeah, but it's not complete, but that's fine. Anyway, so you can check it out. So I've promoted it here. KZN's top cop, Mkwanznazi, accuses police minister of political interference. Yep. This has become a big deal. Yep. This story is, well, hang on a second here. Issues found. What issues are found? Okay, stupid frickin' Norton. Ramaphosa is going to take action in this case against Mkhunu, or he claims he is. We know that means nothing. That means nothing. That means nothing, folks. Trust me. Nothing. So, Ramaphosa says he's going to intervene in this case. after explosive allegations against police minister. Police minister Senzo Kuno has denied allegations of political interference and connections to criminal networks. KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Manzanazi accused Mkuno of involvement in disbandment of SAP's political killings task team for ulterior motives. Yep. KZN Police Commissioner Wanazi accused Mkuno of interfering in investigations and having ulterior motives to disbanding the SAPs. So now Ramaphosa says he's going to get involved in it. It's vital that the integrity of the country's security service is safeguarded and that the rule of law is affirmed. Really? Now you care about the rule of law? Really? You care about the rule of law? Okay. Well, you do, because you want to enforce those 145 racist laws. So you do care about the rule of law. Echoes of Jackie Salibe. Ooh, the criminal. Party's right to speaker amid bombshell claims of Mkuno's crime links. This is different. Political parties are demanding that President Ramaphosa fire the latest ANC minister mired in corruption charges, Police Minister Senzo Mkuno, accused of interfering in investigation. He's alleged that Deputy National Commissioner Shadrach Sibi obstructed justice, stalled investigations into political assassinations, organized crime, and shielded connected suspects by taking control of more than 100 related dockets. Wow. This story has got legs. I'm going to have to cover it. I've been sitting in the sidelines, ignoring it for a while. Yeah, I wonder when this beacon for justice will be extinguished in a botched hijacking, homebreaking, or tragic car accident. Yeah, tragic car accident sounds like Zimbabwe. Ian Cameron's video on the police was pulled from YouTube. Okay, what was this video about, Rakes? Please tell me about that. Please quickly give me a summary. I didn't know he did a video on the story. I've been sitting back waiting for more information, but it looks like information is coming out left and right now. Flying Dutchman said there's no info on that website that we can't get right here. Well, Flying Dutchman, I think you probably can get some information there. I don't have any, maybe not on the website, but they were offering information earlier about average, income and housing costs and things like that in different parts of states. I don't have hundreds of hours to devote to that. People can find that on their own. I've talked about it, but anyway. But thank you for your vote of confidence. Cyril's caring about the rule of law. That's laughable. Exactly. Cheapest direct flights to United in September in Newark is 18,000 one way. Exactly. Exactly. So I don't know where you found a 10,000 rand flight. That's insane. Rakes doesn't surprise me. Said if any info on X or on the internet is deleted, people can ask him for evidence directly. Wow. Wow. What did Shawnee say? You just started watching and it was pulled. Oh, it was pulled while you were watching it? Wow. When did you find him? Welcome to you. Kai says I could assist you with building a website. Yeah, Kai, but the thing is then where's it going to be hosted? Who's going to pay for it? So, I mean, that's the thing. These Amerikaners jumped all over it. I guess people had a lot of time in their hands. I guess there's some housewives that weren't working or sitting at home and they had time in their hands, I guess. I don't have that kind of time. But thank you for the offer, Kai. I appreciate that. But websites have to be maintained. Someone has to update them. Otherwise, they'll quickly become stale. I used to maintain websites as a hobby back when there wasn't much traffic on the internet back in the 90s. And it was doable back then as a hobby, but now it's not because your channel could be flooded. Your website could be flooded. Your server could go down just like that because suddenly interest peaks in it. I didn't know he even had a video on that. Let me see. Ian. I haven't chatted with him in a while. Sorry, just hearing from Gareth Cliff. I'll have to send an email to someone. So Gareth Cliff's account, or not Gareth Cliff, Ian Cameron's Cliff is kind of shut down. Ian Cameron's account is kind of shut down. I haven't written to him. He promised me interviews, and then I hadn't heard from him, and I just wrote to him first time about 3 months, and now it directs me to someone else. YouTube policy changed July 15th for content that is altered. But that's 15th. Okay, Shawnee, your sentence doesn't make any. I don't know if that means I really think it's not. I don't know what your comment is saying. Okay. Takes one update, Microsoft Edge, and suddenly your website is broken. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. Lisa Abbott, they've been gunning for because he's effective. Yeah, you can't have that. Yep. It would be up to local taxes in each county. Okay. What are you talking about? What percentage of the internet has been lost due to digital decay? A rough estimate we find. Holden, I have no estimate of that. And what do you mean lost to digital decay? Because of old drives, servers not being backed up? Who knows? Who knows? But you can surprisingly find things that have been there forever. Steampunk is here. I didn't see Steampunk. Yeah, Jesse Creel is left unimpressed by his leadership, his own statement. Look at that buff fellow, man. He is a stud. Stand-in Springbok cap, Jesse Creel is left unimpressed by their display against Italy. Scored the game's first try and went on to have a decent outing. Springbok captain Jesse Creel may have scored a try and was on the receiving end of a test win, but even he was left unimpressed by how well Italy successfully disrupted their rugby business. Italy was an extremely passionate nation. They pitched up here with a lot of energy. They showed in their play, and we didn't get exactly what we wanted with all the quick ball on attack and defense. We're not happy with those three tries. They actually had 3 tries, but we're happy with the win, and there are many things we can work on. So, Jesse Creel not thrilled. Italy's coach credits leaders in the grenade squad for giving Bucks the hurry up. Down 28-3 at halftime in their opening test against the Bucks, Italy looked set to be put away in the second half, but their coach and captain had different ideas, with the visitors almost going full Italian job by winning the second half 21-14 in a 42-24 defeat. Italy coach Gonzalo Quesada explained how the understrength visitors frustrated the double world champs to no end. Going in the changing rooms at Loftus at halftime, his charges missing 17 frontline players on this tour were down 28-3. They quickly, plucky to the man, won a second half to only lose 42-24 in a drastic swing of momentum, meaning the hosts go for the second final test in Port Elizabeth as the ones scratching their heads about what could have been. Second part of the answer why the impetus in a game of an admittedly out-of-sorts Bucks side was in charge, changed hands so rapidly, was the visiting bench, which overshadowed its usually more explosive counterparts. Up until halftime, the Italians had defended resolutely and spoiled so much of the ground on the host's possession often looked like shop-soiled goods. What the hell? This guy's think he's trying to get a Nobel Prize here for writing. Okay. Anyway, enough of that story. It's nonsensical what they're writing. The bottom line is the Italians really outperformed. Elon Musk says he's forming a new political party after the fallout with Trump. Yep. He's forming a new political party. Well, there you go. Billionaire Elon Musk said Saturday he's forming a third political party after a dramatic fallout with Trump. When it comes to bankrupting our country with waste and graft, we live in a one-party system, not a democracy. Trump's former first buddy said, "Today the America Party is formed to give you back your freedom." Really? I don't think that's what's going to happen, but all right. He vows to challenge the two-party dominance. We'll see. We shall see. Now, this is a really cool story, folks. A shipwreck found off Madagascar may hold $138 million in treasure. Woohoo! Somebody got lucky. A shipwreck found off the coast of Madagascar may be the remains of a 1721 vessel seized by pirates and could contain treasure worth millions, according to researchers. The wreck is believed to be the Nossa Senhora do Cabo, a Portuguese ship that was attacked while sailing from India to Lisbon. A team from the Center of Historic Shipwreck Preservation has studied the site for 16 years and says the evidence strongly supports the ship's identity. The pirates who captured it included Oliver Levasseur, one of the most feared pirate leaders of the era. The wreck lies in a small harbor near the island of Nosy Bora, once called Ile Sainte-Marie. In the early 18th century, this island served as a base for pirates due to its remote location, shelter waters, and lack of colonial control. Here's some of the stuff they found on fragments on the ship. Among the discoveries are religious items made of wood and ivory. One features Mary, the mother of Jesus, another is part of a crucifix. The team also recovered an ivory plaque with gold lettering that reads INRI, a Latin abbreviation meaning Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews. Their cargo might have started in Goa. Wow. Ship was attacked on April 8th, 1721 near Reunion. Already damaged by a storm, it had lost many of its cannons and was unable to resist the pirates. The viceroy was later released after a ransom was paid. The fate of the archbishop is unknown. Records also mention the 200 enslaved people from Mozambique on board, but there was no clear information about their fate. After the capture, the pirates brought the ship to Madagascar, 400 miles from Reunion, to divide the loot. Ile Sainte Marie was a key private stronghold. Wow, over 3,000 artifacts have been recovered so far. Thick layers of sand and silt have made further excavation difficult. Well, that's amazing. Pretty wild stuff. That is cool. That's a cool story. Tropical storm Chantal now is a tropical depression, raising concerns of flooding in North Carolina and Virginia as it moves up the coast. You can see it's already past South Carolina. It's hovering over North Carolina now. All you South African refugees who want to go to North Carolina, look at that hurricane right over the center of North Carolina. Ah, my goodness. Tropical storm Chantal was downgraded to a depression Sunday, but raised concerns of possible flash flooding as it makes its way through central North Carolina towards south central Virginia. Made landfall near Litchfield Beach, South Carolina at 4 a.m. Sunday. Okay, oh, stop it, AP, yeah. Forecasters said dangerous surf and rip currents at beaches from northeastern Florida to the mid-Atlantic states are expected to last for the next couple of days. So there you go, folks. You want North Carolina? There you go. There you go. All the people ask me, what's North Carolina like? Why are you in love with North Carolina? There's a hurricane over North Carolina right now. Oh, tropical depression. Sorry. Yeah, that is way cool. 3,300 artifacts. Paul Sullivan has come out swinging against the Natal General. Okay. Okay, so far, Elon to start a new political party. Elections recognized. What are the steps? It doesn't take very much to register a political party. You just register a political party in a state, and you register as a nonprofit and meet the standards, and there you go. Start building an audience. To get on the ballot, that's a whole other story. Let me go to the Federal Elections Commission. I want to check something out here. There you go, Federal Elections Commission. Okay, FEC Home. Let me see if it has data there. Okay, campaign, finance data, help for candidates, legal resources. It used to be here you could find the results. All data, let's see. Used to be able to tell you the results here. 2024 PRES identical election. All political parties. It used to be easy to find on that site. Yeah, see, they don't want to give us all of them anymore. They make it difficult. There's the FEC official results. That's what I want. That's the one I want. Well, that's not what I want, though. It doesn't show the parties. I want it by party. Following is a list of abbreviations used to identify party labels appearing in the various state ballots for U.S. presidential candidates. Party label may not be necessarily represent a political party organization. Okay, so here are some of the political parties that had candidates on the ballot. The American Independent, the American Constitution Party, the Aurora Party, the Green Rainbow, the Green Party of Florida, the National Nonpartisan League, the Socialist Equality Party, the Republican Party, the Progressive Party, the Petition, okay, what else? Socialist Workers Party, Mountain Party, Libertarian Party. Yeah, there you go. See? All kinds of parties. That's what I was trying to find. I was trying to find the actual list, but nothing here is showing me that. 2024. See, you used to be able to get that. I got that when I was a kid. I ordered it for the election for 1980. I want to see it, and I listed all the parties. Okay, so here you go. This is probably the best source right here that I can find at the moment. It's actually Wikipedia. Someone did their work here. So here you go, Wikipedia. 77 million for Trump, popular vote. Okay, and then we come down here, and Republican Party, Trump is the candidate. Democratic Party, it's Kamala Harris. Then we have the Libertarian Party, Chase Oliver. Okay. Then the Green Party, Jill Stein. And then these are parties with partial ballot access. American Solidarity Party, okay. The Approval Voting Party, the Constitution Party, the Independent American Party, the Natural Law Party, the Prohibition Party, Party for Social Liberation, Socialist Equality Party, Socialist Workers Party, and Socialist Party of the U.S. An independent candidate was Cornel West. And there you go. So those are all the different parties. Now, do they give results for all those parties? No, they don't list them all. They don't show. See, that pisses me off because they don't show us who got what votes in the election. Okay, American presidency. Okay, what's this? See, this doesn't include all the parties, others. So, yeah, in California, 500,000 votes for other candidates. It's 3% of the vote. In Alaska, it was 4% of the vote. So none of them got 5%. That's the closest. 3.76% in Oregon, but no one got. So overall, 3 million votes went to other candidates for other parties. So it's not a two-party system. It's effectively a two-party system, but it's not a two-party system. Almost 2% of the votes went to other candidates, which is enough to have thrown the race. 2.8 million votes. If all those votes went to Kamala Harris, she would have gotten more votes than he did. Trump in the end got 77 million votes. Yep. Yep, he went up in every election. Every election he went up. He went from 63 to 72 to 77 million. Every time he's got more popular. Stopped watching at 68 minutes. Had enough really poor officiating. Oh, okay, Xavier. When you dig, okay. Lovely, another 10% increase in tariffs for all BRICS countries. Yep. Deadline for deal is Wednesday. Tariffs start August 1st. Correct, Arctic. You've hit it spot on. That's a lot of parties. Yeah, I know. And everybody keeps telling me there's one party. They used to have the Reform Party. It's gone now, too. Yep. Such stupid party names. I agree. But then look at South Africa's party names. They're pretty stupid, too. We will welcome the Colonel Wyoming when he moves there one day. Well, that's what I get from past streams. Got to run away. Okay, Stephen Orkia, you have a good day. Sedgefield, what's going on? The Bob Party. U.S. population is 330 million Americans and then probably 30 million criminals. 330 million includes the, I don't know if that includes the green card holders or not. Anyway, yep. So, yep. There you go. Federal Elections Commission. It used to be you could just get all the data. I don't know why they don't provide that more. Filings, loans, bulk data, candidates, committees, external data sources. Okay. Anyway, that's it. So really sad news there, folks, about the Texas thing. Those girls found their body 15 miles away after they texted their parents. Wow. Elon is pretty unoriginal with the name. Call it the Tea Party. Well, we had the Tea Party. It wasn't an actual political party, and it was hijacked by people like Marco Rubio, and it just died because of the abuse from Obama's government, illegally using the IRS and Lois Lerner to discriminate against them. Please close your freezer. It's cold. Irene. Oh, my goodness. EFF kind of made the same mistake. Do you know where I could find a list of duties and tariffs now imposed on the U.S.? Well, let's see. South Africa currently imposes average tariffs in the U.S., but the exact rate products vary by rate. South Africa maintains a relatively low average tariff of 7.6. Recent tariff hikes, okay, but that doesn't include the quotas that are in effect. Yep. Looking forward here. Complexity. South Africa reformed and simplified its tariff structure in 1994. Tariff rates have been reduced from a simple average of more than 20% to 7.1%. Notwithstanding these reforms, importers have complained that this tariff schedule remains unduly complex with nearly 40 different rates. Tariff rates mostly fall within 8 levels, ranging from 0 to 30%, but some are higher. Nearly all South Africa's specific composite duties were converted to ad valorem rates, a tax duty or fee that based on products. The end rate for apparel is 40%, yarns 15%, fabrics 22%, finished goods at 30%, fibers 7.5%. Yeah, so it's really hard to get a feel for this because they're all over the place. VAT is 15%. Yep. So you have to consider that to be part of it. That's from the International Trade Administration. It's an official U.S. government website. Okay. So trade and industrial policy strategies based in Pretoria has come up with a paper that they did on April 3rd. And he said 30% tariffs unfair and unfounded. South Africa has virtually no capacity to respond in kind because it accounts for only about 0.25% of U.S. trade. By extension, the only realistic short-term response is to step up collaborative efforts to enable South African exporters and manufacturers to find alternative markets. The South African government, industry associations. No, that's not the option. Was to get rid of your racist laws. That would have been the option. Three-quarters South African exports to U.S. comprise mining products. That's not true. Where do they get this information from? That's not accurate. Anyway, 40% is coming the way. 40% is coming your way, folks. That sucks for South Africa. That sucks for South Africa. Sorry. Nope. The trade partners is BRICS. BRICS. Sorry, people in stupid comments in my video. Bought an old game from eBay for $60 by the time I got it with import. Yeah, I know. See, that's the thing. They say that they say that the VAT or that the import is only 7%. That's bullshit. I sent a box from here that cost me $325 with caps in it. Caps like this. A few caps in it like this and some sachets of Starbucks pumpkin spice latte to South Africa, DHL, $325 for the shipment. That's nothing to do with immigration. It got to Cape Town. Then the crooked customs officials demanded $500 in tax. $500. $500. And they sat on it for 6-7 weeks. Unbelievable. A private shipment, not even a business shipment. A gift to a person. The stuff wasn't even worth $100. They wanted $500 duty on it. South Africa's customs is a corrupt regime. So they can list their official prices, but that isn't how it works. Yes, Shawnee, that's what they wanted. For $78 worth of goods. $325 to ship it. It got there in 2 days, and then it sat, and they wouldn't give it up for 7 weeks. And finally, the people paid them a few $100s to get it out. What are you talking about, Rakes? What video? What 140 million gets you? Why we only send agriculture reps to state? No automotive big names. Good day, Colonel. I am my shift and see of the day when the night is up. Thank you, Louis. Take care. We will try and make it with fuel increases, higher tax, increasing fuel toll prices. Shit, a break. They come with the math because they're just thieves. They're just thieves, Shawnee, and they get away with it. There's no recourse. What are you going to do? You're going to tell on them? You get killed, you know? No, it didn't do me bad at all, Philip. Didn't do me bad at all. I didn't pay for it. The people in South Africa paid for it. It did them wrong. I mean, it was a gift, and it was only worth $78. Stupid people. Exactly. Steam Punk says, I recently ordered something, and instead of paying only 15%, I pay 55% in duties. Exactly. How will the tariff go on parts for cars? 40%. Cars, 40%. All your goods, 40%. Your wine, 40%. Elon promised $300 million and never delivered it. Never delivered it. That's why I was just at FEC Federal. Elections Commission. Okay. Contributions. Here, individual contributions. Okay. Campaign finance data. Well, it's the FEC site sucks. But he never actually donated from us, we heard. Yeah, they said it was 300 million, but he never delivered it. So let's see if it's been delivered now. It says 288 million. This says 277, but that was in December, so January. Elon Musk donated 288 million in the 2024 campaign. Let's see if that all went to Trump. According to FEC filings, it's the biggest political donor in recent political presidential cycle. Okay, this thing is not going to show me. This is cryptic. It just doesn't just tell me how much he gave. Yeah, see, this is a useless story in the Washington Post. It doesn't say how much he gave to Trump. So that's not how much he gave to Trump. This says 277 to Trump. Let's see if that's the case. This says 250. Which is it? On March 11, he wanted to put 100 million in Trump's PAC. That probably didn't happen. To back Trump and Republican candidates. It didn't all go to Trump, yeah. Very complicated how they do this. Musk certainly wants to make some donations to a super PAC. Anyway, yeah, it's all dark money. You know, it never should be allowed. It all goes to a PAC. It never should be allowed. It's dirty, dirty money. By the way, we had 106,000 subscribers, mostly because of my short that just went up yesterday, the one I record on Saturday. So let's take a look and see how that's doing. That one, even though it's late at night here in the U.S., is now at 82,000. It did all right. Got 6,000 from 11 to 12. And now it's got another 900 in this hour. That's crazy. I got 200 subscribers from it. Thank you for that, folks. Shorts don't make any money, though. I'm not making any money off. I made 47 cents off a video that's got 80,000 views. By the way, my Zimbabwe video just went over 100,000. Thank you for that. It took a long time to get there. Oh, wow. All right, Peter Wick, have a good day. Oh, why the extra 10% on South Africa and Loretta? Because, okay, you've obviously tuned in late. I covered this because Trump has said anyone that's affiliated with BRICS is going to get an extra 10% tariff. That's why. Received a knitted scarf from a friend in the U.S. She listed as a gift value at $30. Customs tore the box open and rated it as textiles, finished goods, being from U.S. 100% tariff added. See? See? What a bunch of bullshit. It's a gift. Southern Customs disgrace. More than once I received yarn as a gift for my birthday from friends U.S. I paid exuberant amounts of money to Customs to receive my gift. Yeah, they're just criminals. They're just criminals. Yep. Yes, South Africa is part of BRICS. Yep. Trump is leveling the playing field. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That doesn't happen here. You send something in the U.S., you don't get ripped off by Customs. Now, if you defraud Customs and lie, if you send commercial goods over here and claim it's a gift, you know, say you send 100 tchotchkes in a box that are, say you ship to America a box to me. Say you send me, you're from Norway, and you send me 100 of these in a box, and you claim it's a gift. Well, that's kind of fishy. They're going to charge you the import tariff from Norway because it's business. It's not a gift. It's obviously not a gift. 100 of these. One of these, yeah, it's different. You're not going to get charged for it. Yes, the S in BRICS is South Africa. It was BRIC originally. Brazil, Russia, India, and China. Yep, Jim O'Neill is the guy who came up with that, working for Goldman Sachs years ago. British economist, if I'm not mistaken, about 25 years ago, said these are the economies that will soar in the 21st century. Brazil, Russia, India, China. Well, the only one that soared is China, and done so illegitimately. None of the rest of them have soared. They added South Africa later on as a rounding error. And then South African journalists who are stupid, lazy, and can't do basic research keep writing that South Africa is a founding member of BRICS. No, they joined it years later, and it's not even an organization that has members. Hudson Institute apparently confirmed 4 requirements computed by Mulders. Indeed, no, that's not true. Anime, I saw the video. That's not true. That's not true. Guys, you keep making leaps of faith. People keep making statements that are untrue. You're hearing something. You're hearing what you want to hear. That's not what Mercedes said from Hudson Institute. I saw that interview with that lady, and that's not what he said. It's not what he said. soar into the abyss. Exactly. I need to make another song tonight about tariffs. 40% coming your way. Yep. Okay, you guys are reading what you wanted to. Okay, fine. You don't believe it? Fine. It's fine. Let me go back and find it again. Truth Social. Okay, I will read it to you again, and you can parse it any way you want. Any country aligning themselves with the anti-American policies of BRICS will be charged an additional 10% tariff. So, are you trying to tell me that BRICS countries are not going to get that 10%? Okay, so you're saying they're not going to get the extra 10%. So South Africa is not aligning itself with the policies of BRICS. Why would we punish countries that aren't in BRICS and not BRICS? You could be right. You could be right. You could be right. Let's wait and see. Elmarie's out of here. I think what... Okay. One scarf, one beanie, clearly a gift. Customs refused to release 100% customs, 15% VAT. Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous. Trump must hit South Africa hard with tariffs. South Africa make millions on gifts from U.S. Yep. Yeah, and the crap coming in from Temu, they don't pay any duty at all. No, Holden Caulfield, Elon is making a political party because he thinks he can stop America's deficit, but he didn't stop anything. Elon Musk did not accomplish anything with Doge. Where's the $2 trillion they were going to save? I told you all from the very beginning that's a fantasy. That's either ignorance or gaslighting America. You cannot eliminate $2 trillion from the federal budget because discretionary spending is slightly over $2 trillion. You would have to eviscerate all federal spending. There would be no Coast Guard, no Federal Aviation Administration, no Customs, no Immigration, no FBI, no Veterans Administration. That's where the discretionary spending comes from. Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid is what eats up the budget. Only 18% of the dollar is actually spent by the president. The other 82% is spent by Congress in mandated programs. Unless you cut that 82%, you can't get rid of $2 trillion. It's a pipe dream. And I said so from the very beginning. I said Doge will never. I said they may take a few $100 billion out of the budget, but that's it. Oh, by the way, I also want to cover something else. All these lies about Medicaid being cut, it's not being cut. They're talking about all the money. No. No, they're having work requirements, just like Clinton did with workfare. He made people getting welfare work. They're making people work or volunteer in order to get benefits if you're able-bodied. That's not cutting Medicaid. That's a lie. They're lying about it. Ronaldo's follow-up on JM interview misunderstood then. What is JM, Anna Marie? What is JM? Voroshka, take care. Etienne, no, that's another story that's being misled. Mercedes is not closing down. They shut down for 1 month, as they did last year, because of low demand. They said this was a scheduled shutdown. They didn't say they're closing. Oh, Julius Malema. I don't know what that... Okay, you're assuming I've seen that video. Sorry, my nose is driving me nuts. I've not seen that video. I don't know what you're talking about, so you're going to have to explain that to me. You guys, you act like I watch all the video. I mean, how could I possibly watch all the content you guys watch and still do reporting, do research analysis, write papers, give interviews, and do my day job? I don't know. And I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. What did Ronaldo say about Julius Malema? Yeah, the Eastern Cape is going to fold up its tent and go. It's already weak. Ronaldo did a video on the Hudson thing. Okay. I don't know that. I don't know that. What did Ronaldo do? Let's see. I don't see anything on it. I don't see anything on it. Somebody, Mozambique suppliers contact me for quotes on new premises. I'm not sure about Merck moving out. No, Mercedes is not moving out. The announcement, maybe they are, but they're not telling people. But the announcement wasn't they're moving out. The announcement was that they were shutting down for a month because of low demand, which is what they did last year. Maddie hates her job, but now she has coffee with the colonel. It was what all of us already knew. It's the 4 demands to South. Yeah, okay, we already knew that. Yeah, I already told you those things before there's any formal release. I listed that and several other things that South Africa has to fix. Holden, you're saying the new party only need 4 or 5 Senate seats. Yeah, to cause chaos. To cause chaos, absolutely. There was a deal with India, but that was in the last term. I don't know what the current situation is. Yarn I received was marked gift, marked as acrylic yarn. They made me pay veterinary inspection fee. Told them it's not natural wool, it's acrylic. Yeah, exactly. See, that's just bullshit. They're just thieves. The customs in South Africa are just thieves. They're just thieves. Ava Garcia, thank you for your subscription. Very true. To be a successful creator with research, run your business, have a personal life, there's no time left to consume content. Yeah. You like the 4th of July sign. Yeah, all that comes down except for maybe the flags behind my head. I'm kind of liking those, but I'm going to have to find a better way to mount them. But I like the 2 flags behind my head. I think I'm going to keep them up there. But all the other stuff comes down. The USA, the Friends, Fireworks, and Freedom. The USA, Land of the Free, the bow on the side. That all comes down tomorrow. So, because it's 4th of July weekend, I left them up all weekend. So, hey, a lot of possible for Super Colonel. Is it a bird? Is it plane? No, it's Super Colonel. Irene needs coffee. President Trump said some countries will be paying the original reciprocal tariffs. Only time will tell. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm saying it's 40%. You could get knocked harder. I don't think so. It depends. I think the 40% is going to be painful enough. I don't know if Trump's going to go any further. But yeah, Trump is leveling the playing field. Hannah says, sorry to say, but I think Elon's apple did not fall far from the tree. You mean, are you referring to his father? Did his father have cancer? Did I hear that correctly? The tariffs take effect on 1 August. But the deadline for negotiating was July 9th. I have a bald eagle back there by the flag. There are no planks in the party. It's just Elon Musk throwing a temper tantrum. South Africa's the thieving capital of the world. Anime says never mind. Okay. Philip, maybe not. It depends. Personal items it can be imported without duty up to a certain amount. And Crescent Glow thinks my interpretation is correct. Yeah, I could be wrong. But and I'll accept that if I'm wrong. But I read it and what Trump wrote and what the hell just happened with my chat? Something just happened with my chat. Holden, okay, it's an idea. Nothing's been done yet. Give it time. They'll be friends again in 6 months. We'll see. We will see. So, didn't SpaceX have a launch failure a month ago? Yeah, it had a massive explosion just a few weeks ago on the Starship. Yep. Welcome to 258 people currently here. Thank you. No super chat revenue. 1 new member. I think that was renewal, actually. Yeah, hit the like button, folks, if you don't mind. Yeah, chat is acting up. I wonder if YouTube's censors are in the chat right now. Hey, YouTube censors, if you're in your chat right now. Yeah, whether it's 30 or 40% is really academic. The point here is, Conrad, exactly, is that we have Parks Towel and Daily Maverick carrying the water for the ANC, claiming that there's room for it's not gonna happen. We've asked for an extension. Nothing's gonna happen. Not positive anyway. Here comes the buffer. What buffer is that? So what buffer is that? Anyway, yep, crazy stuff. So yeah, something getting my channel growing here. 106,020. We haven't grown for ages. Renardo say he has 167,000 subscribers. Wow, he's growing now. 176,000. Now I'm getting envious of Ronaldo. Wow, he's got 176,000. I thought I was closing the ground there, and I was. He was at 130,000, I think, when I got to 100,000. and now I'm just at 106,000 because of the censorship by YouTube in the last month. That sucks. Yeah, doesn't get enough hate now. He wants to have a party. Well, not the brightest decision, I would say, on his part. Yeah, my short is now at 83,000. Wow. Keep going, boys. Keep going. Hopefully tomorrow it'll grow, get a lot of people. So off to work. Thanks for answering my questions. You're welcome, Marcel Box. I didn't realize to answer your questions. Sarita's here. Army 3275. How you doing? I haven't seen you in a couple of days. Is your health any better? Government reminds me of the kid that never did their project, then complains and the teacher gives them 0. Yeah, I think you're right about that. That's a good description. You can have artificial intelligence draft charter. Well, yeah, you can do that. Sites do that. Let me take a look at view stats here. Yeah, he's gained 11,000 last month. That's pretty good, subscribers. Whereas I have gained in the last month just 5,000, I think. In the last month, I've gained just, come on, 5,000 subscribers. Yep. Yep. And I've gone from 4 million down to 3 million views. So it's declined in the last month. But I'm getting closer to that top 2,000 globally for subscribers. I'm pushing hard for that. Ronaldo he's not in the top 2,000 either. Wow, you must have to go over 200,000 to get there. I'm only 75 in the whole world, despite the fact that I'm 70,000 subscribers less than Ronaldo. This is an amazing thing. So you must go from 100,000 and then not many people in that 102,000 range. A lot of people over 200,000. Because Ronaldo is ranked 2,125 globally for subscribers, 176,000. I'm ranked 2,195. So that's only 70 of the whole world, 70 subscribers between us that have more. Wow, including Morning Shot. Wow. So that's pretty crazy. So that means I really can't climb very high unless I get over 200,000. So Morning Shot is 142,000 now. Ronaldo has 31,500,000 views. I have 23 million views, but I had 3.4 million at December 31st. And Morning Shot has 29 million. So, yep. Ronaldo has 1,800 videos. I have 3,156 videos, and Morning Shot has 833 videos. Really can't compare Ronaldo's analysis versus Colonel's, which is like miles apart in terms of skill set and years experience. Well, thank you, Marius. A few years back, I bought a dash cam. USA tracking showed it left USA, but it didn't arrive South Africa. After I opened a case, docket disappeared, and a dash cam was found in the post office. Exactly, Warren. Exactly. Getting better, he says, Army 3275. That's good to hear. You've got this. Just keep up with the honest news. I am, Hannes. Unsubscribed from both this channel and the one for Ronaldo only, none of my other channels. It's not strange, Alfonso Ferrari. It's called shadow banning. It's what they do to conservatives and centrists. Yep. Very long now. How many have said it? Remove the aberration of this three-legged pig, this BE. Yeah, exactly. If you remove BE, suddenly everything soars. Soars. Yep. 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 Sorry. Sorry, I'm talking in camera now. In camera respond. I'm a bit surprised by that. I wasn't expecting that. Not fun of morning shot, says Adrian. That's fine. People have different likes. Some people love Ronaldo. Some people love morning shot. Some people love me. It's fine. You can like who you like, folks. That's the thing. I don't ever. Boy, my background is really looking busy now. I just noticed how all that stuff back there, it really looks busy. I need to take a lot of stuff down and clean it up. So, yeah. Just remember, you are also automatically unsubscribed if you had a gift membership that expired. Oh, I didn't know that, Anime. Thank you for sharing that. If you have a gift script, okay. No, but it's not a gift. Oh, gift membership. Okay, I had one YouTube unsub me, then I took up my own membership. Okay, thank you, Anime. I didn't know that. That's interesting to know. Elon Musk is social media business partner. Huh. Yeah, the tariff song's pretty good. And Cloud Strife likes all three. There you go. There you go. Anyway, so the other one that's in that space is Citizen Concern. Citizen Concern has a cool name, and she does some good content, but she's not interested in me interviewing her. She has 134,000 subscribers, but she has 18 million views, so a little bit behind. She has 1 million views per month. She does a lot less videos. She has 452 videos, but hers took off. She did very well getting 100,000 pretty quickly, so, yep. Yeah, so anyway, I'm doing well. I have more views than any of these other channels, but my views are down on my prepared videos, which is a little frustrating, but that's life. Never been unsubbed from an expired gift, says Steampunk. I don't know. I've never had received a gift membership any channel. Rosie O'Donnell made a complete ass herself for blank. Yeah, I saw that she did that, but I didn't watch the video because it's Rosie O'Donnell. You know, she can F off. She's in Ireland. She went to Ireland, which is lost. So she likes living there with Pakistanis and Bangladeshis and Nigerians and everybody else. That's fine. If I want to live with Nigerians, I'll move to Nigeria. If I want to live with Pakistanis, well, that's not going to happen. Yeah. She's also cool. Who's cool? I assume you're talking about Citizen Concern, not Rosie O'Donnell. That would be an epic show. CCCCW. I asked to interview her. I tried to reach out to her before she took off, when she first came on the scene, and I never got a response. Again, I will admit that I probably was reaching out in the wrong way, and I just didn't ready to reach her, so I didn't get a response. I didn't take it personally. That happens. Then after I had her personal details because of something else, actually I have her details, I wrote to her. She wrote back and said, thanks, but no thanks right now. So I don't think she'll ever give me an interview. So she's done an interview with other folks. I think she went on Gareth Cliff. She just doesn't give me one. Yeah, there's a lot of South Africans who just won't give me their time, and whatever. That's their loss. That's their loss. I think some people are afraid to come on my program. Afraid of being challenged. I'm not. Nothing to do with Citizen Concern. Throw that away. I'm not talking about her. I'm not talking about her. Warren Davidson, thank you. These are U.S. names. These sound like people who are joining from the U.S. Rosie is safe. My feed isn't live. I need to get live over here. 278 people currently here. Right, so it's Monday morning now. Yeah. So, wow. I've got to strike while the iron's hot here on some of this stuff. My America First video is up to 84,000 now. Cool beans. Yep. And let's see what it does. And so, you know, at a time when usually, so if I was picking up U.S. viewers in the evening in America, then my channel would pick up consistent volume because so many South Africans. But yeah, let me show you the impact of that real quick here. What happens with when a video takes off. This is because of the short that I did on the America Party. And I did it yesterday in the park. So I've gotten some dislikes. That's fine. People welcome to dislike me. So I dislike my content. That's fine. But anyway, let me show you this very quickly here. And I'll show you the impact of what a video can do. So, okay. I got to look at the numbers first, though. So let me go back to the numbers there. So this high end goes from 7,700 to 10,400 to 11,200 to 10,400, 9,700, and then 5,000. Okay, so that's what you're going to see here. So in the last few hours, since 7 o'clock, I have 8, that's 19, 30, 40, 50. Okay, about 60,000 views since, what time is that? Since 7 p.m. The last 5 hours had 60,000 views. That's pretty wild. So you can see this here. So this is in the last 48 hours, just to show you. All right, that's the last 48 hours on the channel. You can see some low numbers for much of the day. And then look at today. You can see that on the right-hand side, there's a rising. That's when I do my news, and I published a video this morning. And then it dipped in the afternoon. And then this evening, it picked up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, 6 hours of good views at a time. I don't usually get good views because of that short. That short, which is now at 80,000 views. Wow. So, hey, and those are U.S. viewers. I need more U.S. viewers. U.S. viewers drive revenue because the ads here get 7 times the dollar amount that I get for ads in South Africa. Yep, so that's always good. Got to go, bless. Okay, Sarita, take care. Thank you, Disponia. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. What would be a hilarious reality show? Rosie in Pakistan. I would pay to see that. Yeah, I would too. Once again, from South Coast, have a good evening and keep up the good work. Thank you, Ray Cordier. Irene says it's not cool. Well, no, okay, don't. Okay, let's stop that right there. I was just explaining to people I've tried to talk to her, okay? Let's stop it right there, Irene. That's her prerogative. I don't pay my guest. She doesn't want to come on the channel. She says she's busy. That's fine. She's building her brand. There's no problem with that. She has no obligation to come on my channel. I have no obligation to go on her channel. I'm just saying that before she struck it big, I reached out to her. I have a lot of people come on my channel saying, hey, you need to interview this guy, the Samba Samba. Guys, I'm the first person to ever interview him. I did the first interview with him. Now he's on Ronaldo with a segment. I helped him launch, what he's doing. He did it on his own, but I'm just saying that I was the first to interview him. It's funny that people are like, they don't know anything about my channel. Like, you should interview this guy. You should talk to this guy. Hey, why don't you interview Steve Hofmeyer? I've interviewed Steve Hofmeyer. You should interview Nas Bota. I've interviewed Nas Bota. We used to do videos together. It just kills me that people don't know anything about the channel. They go back and watch previous videos. I need to make a list of my guests on here at some point. I have people come on the channel like, you need to interview Byron Shepard. Dude, we have a segment called The Bribers. You really ought to talk to Vane and Tutoy. Oh my goodness. Fireside with the Colonels. Anyway, I talked to all these people. It's crazy. No, Irene, I know, but let's not start some crap there. I'm not saying it's not. Let's not start any crap, okay? Bets has got to go. Why do people keep leaving? I guess you got to go to work. Aaron Patterson, the Australian mushroom case, just been found guilty of triple murder. I don't know that case, Erica. Erica Holtzkamp, oh my goodness, I haven't seen you in a bit. Erica is an OG. Look at that Galaxy. She's been a paying member for over 2 years. Long time. That's what the Galaxy is. Like Jelly Tots. She's citizen concerned. That's who that is. Calejo. That's who they're talking about there. She does interesting takes. But she's pissed a few people off with a few of her videos. I'm sure I've pissed a few people off too. Such is life. You get no notification for my shorts. Yeah, I'm sure that, Xavier. So here, let me show you that short. I don't get notifications of my shorts either. That's why I'm amazed that anyone's finding it. So, shareable link. So this is the one I'm talking about, folks. So that's the short I'm talking about. That's the one on the American Party. I did a bunch of shorts on Saturday. I didn't do a night show, but I did a bunch of shorts. And they didn't go so well. I did... on July 5th, I did the Nature of Social Media, 1,600. Life is Competition, 4,000. America's Back, 2,000. Should I consider FG status, 11,000. Public Order Police deployed to protect illegal aliens. That's 9,500. And then this one here, Elon Musk America Party, 84,000 last time I checked. Let me see if I'll update the page. 84,500. 205 subscriptions. I mean, I'll take that from a short 205 subscriptions. Meantime, my Zimbabwe video, which I didn't do it on a lark, but I did because somebody asked about it. That one, which isn't the best quality video, but it's from me doing the noontime lecture a few years ago at the War College. That one hit 100,000 views, thankfully. It's pretty cool. So I went and reset all my notifications. Now they work proper 30 minutes for every show. All right, bugger off, Bunny. See, that's what you have to do sometimes. Should Trump also declassify what wasn't destroyed? On 2012, September 11th. Holden, what are you talking about? You're always asking these cryptic questions. Maddie has finished working. Now we can chat. I remember at some point asking Mark Opp. I saw the old one. I was hoping. I've talked to Mark Oppenheimer just recently. When was he on here? Let's see. Mark Oppenheimer. Mark Oppenheimer was on the channel March. He was here on March 27th. March 27th. So March, April, May, June, July. It's been 4 months. So Mark has been on the channel. Is that the one you're talking about? All right, the J page, have a good show. Well, thanks for being here. I'm seeing lots of people pop on here I haven't recognized before. Yeah, anime, I did one in March. Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah. Foil hat conversation. What, a tin foil? Is that what you're saying? All right. Let's get to my Suno account and make a new song. Okay? Let's make a new song. Okay, Suno. Create. Okay. What do we want to put here? I don't want to put the lyrics in, so. Okay, why is it doing that? I don't want these options. Get rid of this. Okay, there it is. Simple. All right, what kind of sound do I want? I don't want an Afro beat. Let's see what else we got here. Guitar riffs, funk, side, percussion, rap, pop, cyber metal, shimmering pads, compass, Bosnian. Rap trap 15. What is rap trap? I don't even know what that is. You got some stuff here. Okay, let's go with strong male vocal. Okay. All right, South Africa. BRICS get. I need one more letter here. Okay. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see what I get here, folks. Let's see if I come up with something good. We just song here while you guys are here. Overslept, says Lynette. Okay. Yeah, I haven't done the Jellyfish song. I don't want to be freaking lambasted by DA people. I just don't want to deal with that right now. It would be great. Yeah, Wahoo, it's create music time. Exactly. 30%ers getting 40%. Oh, Maddie, I should have thought of that sooner. That's a good one, too. I'll do another song for that. What happened to I haven't done the Jellyfish song. Well, Chronicles of the Jackies. Yeah. Put me in touch with politicians. I'm happy to interview people. When can I like them all? Update. So it's doing weird things. YouTube wants you to update what? Your app? Add your bunny into the mix of the song. Well, I only get so much space unless I make all the lyrics, and I'm letting AI do the lyrics right now. All right, get it together. Here we go. It's an anthem, rock, strong male vocals, driving rhythm. Here we go. Let's see how it sounds.
Is fading like a broken dream. Tariffs
gonna have poison. Scorpions, yeah.
We'll take the reins and set it right. Let's get it together, rise
Bon Jovi, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
through the dark days. We'll find the light. South Africa bleeding, but we're still strong. We'll turn this pain into a battle song.
So, and then we'll hear the second version here in a moment. That's the first version. I like the way it ends. Here's the second version. I like this so far.
The streets are quiet, the people scream. Promises fading like a broken dream.
Like this
Tariffs
one.
climbing, the weight's too steep. The future's calling, but it don't come cheap. Let's get it together. Rise up and fight. Through the dark days, we'll find the light. South Africa bleeding, but we're still strong. We'll turn this pain into a battle song. Jobs are gone like smoke in the breeze. Leaders
Yeah, you guys like this one.
don't appease. The people wait while the power stall. How long till we break or stand tall? Let's get it together. Rise up and fight. Through the dark days, we'll find the light. South Africa bleeding, but we're still strong. We'll turn this pain into a battle song. BRICS can't bind us, nor tariffs cage. We're a wildfire in a burning age.
Yeah, this one's
the
good.
seeds others, but we'll ignite. We'll take the reins and set it right. Let's get it together. Rise up and fight. Through the dark days, we'll find the light. South Africa bleeding, but we're still strong. We'll turn this pain into a battle song.
Yeah, I like this one. They're both good, but this one's really good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, I'm going to do another one now, folks. I'm going to do another one on, let's make another song on the No Confidence. I want drum beat. I want strong. Okay, all right. Say, okay. Okay, here we go. Typing's bad tonight. Hang on, folks. God bless, typing is bad tonight. Okay, all right. Gotta make sure you got the right stuff here. All right, let's see what we get now, folks. Here we go. It's working on it. Number 2, yes, yeah. It's called Candlelight. What? Go to sleep, Colonel. Be quiet, Matthew. How many words can you type per minute? 80 to 90 is what I typed when I actually could type. I don't think I can. I probably do 50 to 60 now, and I make too many typing errors. My brain moves faster than my hands do. When I was younger, my hands moved faster than my brain did. But my hard drive is full of terabytes, exabytes, petabytes, exabytes of data, and so it takes a while to find it sometimes. It's got to find it. It's a solid state drive, but still it takes time to find it somewhere in there and get it back. Yeah. Matthew Dixon. Okay, thank you, Thomas Schinkel, for subscribing. By the way, there's this place I drive by when I go to pick up steamed crabs. It's called Schenk. They got a big sign up on the sign of the little barn there. It says Schenk. I want to take a picture of it and send it to Sean Fulshank because it's missing the full. Okay, let's see what we got now. Okay, say. Oh, they're calling this one Save South Africa. I'm gonna have to change the name. It said country, strong male vocals, upbeat.
The streets are burning, skies full of smoke. Farmers fight for life, hearts nearly broke. The crops are failing, the rivers run dry, and the people ask, how long must we cry? We'll ride my forces, stand or take the fall. The vote of no confidence, a rallying call. Save South Africa, we can't delay. The heart of the nation is slipping away.
Like that.
Corruption's a shadow that darkens the land, stealing from the people with a greedy hand. The workers are hungry, the wages are thin, and justice feels like it's wearing thin. We'll ride my foes to stand or take the fall. The vote of no confidence, a rallying call. Save South Africa, we can't delay. The heart of the nation is slipping away. The children are crying, their future unclear, but the strength of the people will persevere. Through the ashes and the lies, we'll find our way. A brighter tomorrow begins today. The fields will grow green, the skies will turn blue, when leaders are honest and the hearts are true. Together we rise, united and strong. This is our fight, where we all
Okay, that's the first one. I love the lyrics, but I didn't care for the singing as much. Hopefully there's some better, but I love lyrics. This one's a little bit longer too. So let's see how it goes. Probably a longer intro.
The streets streets are burning, skies full of smoke.
I like this.
Farmers fight for life, hearts nearly broke. The crops are failing.
Whoops. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Sorry, folks. Okay, it took me away from there. Sorry, let's try it again. I guess I can't edit. I was going to edit the other version. Sorry about that. I'm going to call it Heart of a Nation.
The streets are burning, skies full of smoke. Farmers fight for life, hearts nearly broke. The crops are failing, the rivers run dry, and the people ask, how long must we cry? Will Ramaphosa stand or take the fall? The vote of no confidence, a rallying call. Save South Africa. Corruption's a shadow.
I like this one.
Darkens the land, stealing from the people with a greedy hand. The workers are hungry, the wages are thin, and justice feels like it's wearing thin. Will Ramaphosa stand or take the fall? The vote of no confidence, a rallying call. Save South Africa, we can't delay. The heart of the nation is slipping away. The children are crying, their future unclear, but the strength of the people will persevere. Skies will turn blue when leaders are honest and the hearts are true. Together we rise, united and strong. This is our fight, where we all belong.
That's good. I like that one. Now I can edit without going away. So Heart of a Nation Slipping Away is what I want to call it. Okay, what is this? Oh, no, I don't want to edit the song. That's why it went away. I want to edit the information on it. Where's that? Okay, I guess when I publish it, that's weird. Huh. Song details. Maybe that's it. Okay, there we go. Song. Okay. That's what I want. I'm going to call it Spring Away. Okay, got it. Okay. Save. Okay. All right, now I can fix this one too. Okay, song details. There we go. Okay. Oops, caps lock. Okay, that's not right. There we go, slipping away. Got it. Now I like that one. I'm going to work on that. Song details updated. Get it together. All right, you guys want the Jellyfish song now? A tariff. I've already got a tariff song. We already played the tariff song. It's at the beginning of every one. So I also did another and Get It Together. That's a tariff song. So that's okay. So okay, that one's good. Now I need to. I'm going to do the Jellyfish song, the Blue Jellyfish. What am I? What is that word I'm trying to write here? Okay. I can't get. Sorry, my typing's bad tonight. Where did Matthew Dixon go? Is he still here? Okay, I don't think this is going to go very well. Let's see how it goes. Late owl. This is nothing. I've done 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning when it's an event. It needs to be covered. Okay, let me make sure I've got what I want here. The female vocals, dance music, blue jellyfish, putting together, puts it at the wrong time, promising voters and never delivering. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. I'm making a blue jellyfish party one, so we'll see how that goes. Oh, the blue jellyfish. That's what one of the commentators called the Democratic Alliance for their speech last Saturday. Was it last Saturday already? Has it been that long? It must have been last Saturday before the 4th of July, yeah. Matthew's past tired. Chris doesn't sleep. He's on a... Mays calls them the blue jellyfish. Okay. Sedgefield, we need alternative way from politicians who want servants and competent workers. I'm with you on that. Retha's giggling. The Meerkat song. We did the Meerkat. One in memory of Texas Hearts. Okay, I need all your songs, Chris. Can't see myself. Headphones on. T on the side. Oh, that sounds interesting. Derek O'Fay to respond. That's a good one. All right, Jellyfish Blues. Let's see what it says. Electronic female vocals dance. That's what I went for. Here we go.
Blue lights flash, they're out of sync. Promises fade.
Hang on a second. Why am I not getting my vocals? Hang on, I gotta reload this. The vocals weren't there. Okay, here we go.
Blue lights flash, they're out of sync. Promises fade, gone in a blink. Wrong place, wrong time, what's the plan? Spinning words,
There's Matthew.
but they don't land. Jellyfish sway, ooh yeah. Floating promises drift away. South Africans cry, dismay, dismay. Dance through the night, we'll find our way.
Matthew. If only weren't a troll, I might actually believe that. Where's Ronell here? I didn't see Ronell. Oh, where's Ronell?
The tide rolls in, lost in the chaos. Where to begin? We're here, we'll rise, we'll take the floor. We've seen this game, won't play no more. Jellyfish sway, oh yeah. Floating promises drift away. South Africans cry, dismay, dismay. Dance through the night, we'll find our way.
It's got that nice dance club vibe. But it's not really a dance vibe because it's not a 10-minute song. It's only 3 minutes. It is pretty chill though, isn't it? Got your glow sticks out, yeah. All right, that's that version. I hope the other one's a little bit better. That was pretty chill, but I want a different vocal on this one. Here we go. Second version.
Blue lights flash, they're out of sync.
It's already promising.
Promises fade, gone in a blink. Wrong place, wrong time. What's the plan? Spinning words, but they don't land. Oh, jellyfish sway. Ooh, yeah. Floating promises drift away. South Africans cry, dismay, dismay. Dance through the night, we'll find our way.
I like this one. I've renamed it Jellyfish Sway. Yeah, I was looking for a little bit of techno in there, dance and techno. I like this one. And you guys know it's about the DA, so I won't, won't have to be attacked by others. Hey, Natasha McAvega, what's going on? Hatfield Days, what, in Tux? This one, Jellyfish Way, this is the one. Jellyfish Sway. Ladies and gentlemen, a disclaimer for that latest music that I've penned. No Democratic Alliance politicians were harmed in the production of that song. Once again, no Democratic Alliance politicians were harmed in the production of that song, Jellyfish Sway. Oh, you guys know the inside joke. That's Jellyfish Way. That's for the Democratic I should do a video and say at the beginning, the following music video includes no harm to any DA politicians. I held off on that for a week. You guys asked me to do that video for Jellyfish. So we got Jellyfish Sway. Exactly, they harm themselves. Yes, the Democrats are also mindless like Jellyfish. I got you. Make me want to go clubbing. Well, aren't we all too old for that? Oh my goodness. There you go. Jellyfish Sway. All right, guys. I need to wrap it up here. It's time. It's time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate it. I think I'll make the video tomorrow morning about Elon Musk America First Party rather than night. I'm going to go get some rest now. Okay. You guys take care. Your kids are sitting there staring at you. What are they? What are they staring at you, Xavier? What's going on there? You're welcome, Rhino. Well, people are accusing me of being angry. You know, I mean, we're having a lot of fun with the night owls, aren't we? We're doing a lot of fun in that. Have an awesome rest. Yeah. All right, folks, please go check out my video earlier about Donald Trump raising the tariffs to 40% for BRICS supporters. So it hasn't got much in the way of views so far. It's just at, well, it's 5,000. Starting to pick up now because South Africans are getting up. So be sure to share that and check it out. 5,000 views. God bless. Colonel must go to sleep. Take pups for rabies shots. Okay. Okay, love your channel. Thank you, Chronicles. Beyond the Mainstream. Have you seen the recent... Yes, I have, and I've reached out to Ian Cameron. He sent me a response, but it's a disappearing message. It's an audio, so I've got to listen to it after I go off air and see what he's got to say. Kids do not use dads dancing. All right, guys, thanks. Appreciate y'all being here. Whoops, I felt like I had a fly on my leg. All right, it's not. It's just a muscle twitch. Made your day. All right, Jellyfish Sway. So we had some good ones tonight. All right, some more music tonight. We're going to wind up having thousands of videos. All right, cool. All right, thousands of music songs, I should say. All right, guys, take care tonight. Appreciate you being here. By the way, Baby Wyatt got me a copyright strike. I told you this earlier, right? YouTube just doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. Cheers, folks. Good night. God bless. Be safe out there.